In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up a business bank account and what to look for when getting a business credit card. But before we do, we need to answer why you would want to set up a business bank account, as some of you may want to skip this step temporarily. Also, if you're outside the US, some of this information may not be applicable to you and your country. So make sure to take this with a grain of salt and contact your local bank when setting up your own business account. Now, the two main purposes of getting a business bank account is so that you can get a business debit card and have a simple way of tracking expenses and purchases, which will keep your taxes neat and tidy at the end of the year. Avoiding trouble with the IRS is a must when building a successful business. The other two big uses will be to receive payments from customers and to pay employees or yourself, both of which also help keep all your expenses organized to optimize your taxes. I have chosen America First Credit Union as my bank, but most any banks will work. You probably just want to go with whatever bank you use for your personal finances. Just like anything else, there's a lot of features that make each bank different. There might just be a better one for your specific situation, but just make sure you have three basic functions. Number one, get a card to make business purchases. Number two, receive payments from customers. And number three, be able to pay employees or yourself. All of which are pretty universal functions any bank will offer. Keep in mind, banks are a business and they're going to try and make money off you. I had to decline multiple offers that they tried to sell me. This is another great reason to hire a CPA or an accountant, as you get an unbiased guidance if you do have questions regarding which additional features that could benefit or hurt you. If not, just be thorough with asking questions about limitations and fees. Now, before you head to the bank, be sure to give them a call and double check that your business name has been verified, and to make sure that you bring all the necessary documents that they're going to need. In my case, I only had to bring 4 things. Number one, my certificate of organization, which is basically just a document verifying my business has been made. Number two, current form of personal ID. I just brought my driver's license. And number three, your EIN or your employer identification number, which is like your business's social security number. And lastly, since I'm already banked with America First Credit Union, I brought my personal debit card so I could link the accounts for convenience. The process is very straightforward. They'll ask you a bunch of questions and gather a bunch of personal information. Just be ready to answer everything to the best of your abilities. And if you need to, you can always go back and adjust it. If you're unsure, be sure to write down all your questions and bring them to a CPA or an accountant so they can help clarify. After you go through their process, they'll give you your account information and any cards and checks that you asked for, and then you're all set. The most important thing is that you get at least a business debit card, because down a couple sections we're going to talk about expense tracking softwares and how to link them to your business account. But now let's talk credit cards. Credit is scary for a lot of new businesses because you can get in trouble rather quickly if you're not careful. But there are some great perks to having a line of credit through the business. First, having a business credit card allows you to start building your business credit score. Just like your personal credit score, your business has one as well. This is there so that as your company grows, so does the amount of money that you can borrow under the business name. Second, and probably the biggest perk to having a business credit card, is perks. Many business credit cards offer rewards and benefits that are just as great and sometimes better than those offered by personal credit cards. The two that I use and recommend is the Delta SkyMiles card and the Amazon 5% back card. Because I travel so much doing weddings and other shoots, I've racked up almost 300,000 miles, which allows me to use those miles for business trips and personal trips with my family. Granted, I do have to pay a yearly fee of $295, but the perks I get makes it worth it. The Amazon card also saved me thousands of dollars as well. Being a filmmaker/photographer, you have expensive gear, and the majority of that gear you can buy on Amazon. So with the Amazon card, you get 5% back on all those purchases, which, believe me, adds up. There are honestly so many great cards out there. You just, again, need to be thorough and make sure you're careful of interest rates. I always recommend to never carry a balance. Wise words once given to me, which I'll pass on to you, is if you can't buy it straight out with cash, you probably shouldn't put it on a credit card. But that wraps up how to set up a business bank account, as well as understanding and using business credit cards. If you have any further questions, please let us know.